you just curious? Hi, I'm Shanna, a veteran marathon runner, online fitness and running coach, and a mom of 3. So let's go talk about running. So you want to know how to become a runner? Well, really, anybody can do this training method. I would recommend doing a walk and run program. For instance, you might walk a minute, run a minute, walk a minute, run a minute, and you would build upon over time where you would do less walking. Don't do what I did. I just went out and ran 4 miles one day. Totally not recommended. I was totally exhausted and I just thought I never was going to run again. I did end up running again, but it just took a couple weeks for me to decide to try again. Thinking, you know what, I'm going to be smarter about it this time. I'm going to start walking, running, walking, running, walking, running until I build up to my first 5K. A 5K is a very good starting point. Don't mind my toddler honking my horn in the background. She's pushing my keys right now. I'm trying to discuss running with you, but don't mind that. It's just mom life for you. That's how my mom life is. So you do what you gotta do. So a good goal to start with would be doing your first 5K. Even if you just walk the whole thing or jog it, that's an excellent goal. So build up to that. Eventually you probably will be able to run the whole thing if you are trying to build up to running without stopping doing it. So in the link below, I have a guide to help you run 10 minutes without stopping. So it's a month-long program. You only run 3 days a week, and each time you run a little bit more each day that you train. And by the end of the month, you'll be able to run 10 minutes without stopping. So a very good starting point to get you started if you are interested in running. Let's talk about some items that you need when you start running. I recommend number 1 is getting a good pair of running shoes. I like Asics. You can get these on Amazon. When you're running, it's recommended to replace your shoes every 300 to 500 miles. Some other popular brands runners like are Brooks, Nike, Adidas. Those are some examples. New Balance. Those are some examples that you might like. Another thing I recommend that you get is a nice sports bra, a good supportive sports bra. I will link them in the description box below if you're interested in getting a nice sports bra. So if you're a nursing mom, I recommend getting something like this that has the clips here. I'll also link some of those in the bottom below. So they have nursing bras that you can get that clasp, and so you can just pull it open and close it. So kind of handy to have if you're a nursing mom. Something else I recommend to get is a pair of nice running shorts. I like the dry fit Nike running shorts, but there are a lot of other brands that are excellent. I will link some of those in the description too. So yeah, they're a lot more comfortable than cotton. They also have the built-in underwear, so you don't even necessarily have to wear underwear if you don't want to. So those are an excellent choice to wear. So in colder weather, I recommend getting some like compression type pants, like yoga pants or some type of running pants. So these are examples of those. They kind of look like this. You could also do like windsuit pants or even cotton pants, but that's what I recommend to use if in colder weather. Really my guideline, some people are different than this, but I like to wear shorts, anything that's 45 degrees or over. Anything under 45 degrees, I usually wear pants. That is just my recommendation because your body usually warms up 20 degrees, so it doesn't feel too bad. It just a lot of walking during your run, you might want to wait till the weather is 50 or 60 degrees to wear shorts. It's just kind of your personal preference, but these are the type of pants I recommend. So as far as running in warm weather, I recommend a shirt that's dry fit, because I really am a big fan of dry fit clothing when it comes to running. It's just more moisture wicking, and you're not getting as soaked. It kind of dry. I call it dry fit because it dries faster. But something like this, some tank top, Razorback is my favorite that you could run in. That's what I recommend during warm weather. When it's colder outside, I recommend wearing a long sleeve shirt, like a dry fit long sleeve shirt. Sometimes if it's really cold outside, I just throw a sweatshirt on over these type of shirts. It really does keep you warm. So that's kind of my recommendation. I like the zipper ones that zip down, so if you get hot, you can get a little air coming in. to cool you off. If you want to zip it up, it covers your neck, keeps you a little bit warmer. So those are my recommendations on long sleeve shirts. I usually wear a long sleeve shirt when the weather is under 60 degrees. So oftentimes I will wear a long sleeve shirt and a pair of shorts. So if it's cold outside, like 55 degrees or lower, I recommend wearing a pair of gloves, taking a pair of gloves with you. Your hands do sometimes get cold. So something I would highly recommend when you're running is a pair of gloves. I also recommend a headband, something like this where you can, for your ears, it also keeps the hair out of your eyes, so it's kind of a win-win there. But this is definitely something I recommend because your ears do get cold. If it's like 55 degrees or lower, I feel like my ears get cold, so something that you might want to invest in. So something definitely to take a look at. When I was looking at Amazon, I realized since this is a very old headband, because I'm a very frugal person, and I tend to wear the same things forever, like clothing or headbands or gloves. But they make some that you can actually put your ponytail in, which I'm thinking about maybe buying one of those. That would be very nice. So they do have those on Amazon. Something else that I find comes in handy is like a... Okay then. Sorry, my kid's probably going to interrupt during this video a little bit. She's getting a little fussy. She's kind of getting tired of sitting in the stroller. But we'll try to continue on with this video. Something else I find very helpful during my run is an armband that holds your phone. Because it's not fun to hold your phone all the time. But you can just slip this on your arm and it holds your phone in place. So if you want to take your phone with you, which I kind of recommend taking your phone with you just in case of an emergency or anything. But this is something that you can get. They also make some that are they make all sorts of different ones. You just have to check out, see which type you like. Another thing that I find very helpful, especially if you decide you start running longer runs, like long runs 10 plus miles, I like to put a goo in here or even toilet, like some paper towels, because you never know when you might need to go to the bathroom on a run. So that's a story for another day. I'll talk more about that later in other videos of some weird things that runners do on the run. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But that's some of the things that's some things I found handy if you want to put your keys in there or whatever. If you want to put your keys or just anything that you need on the run, these are very nice. Where you're not having to wear a great big fanny pack, because those fanny packs, man. I actually did wear a fanny pack when I started running. That's been like 20 years ago nearly, but yeah, these are a little more discreet where you're not having a great big fanny pack in front of you. So yeah, fanny packs, they're fun. So this is like a little modified fanny pack. You just put it around your waist. Just put it around your waist or whatever. Come in handy. You can put it under your clothing if you don't want anyone to see it too. So I like to have a runner is a Garmin watch. So here's one of my older watches that I still use sometimes. It's a little bit cheaper than the other watch, but I have this one. This is my newer updated one. It's a Garmin watch also. So it just tracks your distance, your time, your pace, those sort of things. That's the main reason I use it. I really like to know my distance, especially if I don't know where I'm at. Like I don't know a location in my mile markers. These are very nice and handy to have. I think your phone also can do things like this too. There's certain apps you can use. But these are very nice and handy as a runner, especially if you're really going to get into it. So another thing I recommend on your run is taking some water with you. You can either do like a water bottle. I like the ones that are flexible a little bit more. They have some flex in them. You can just do a plastic water bottle. If you're not a fan of the plastic and you're worried about recycling and stuff, this is still plastic, but it is reusable. I really like the squeeze water bottle where you can actually run and just squirt it in your mouth while you're running. These are really nice. And one of the last things I recommend that you do, especially if you're a beginner runner, you might want to take some music with you. It's a very good distraction. It really pumps you up. Music really does wonders on your run. I actually don't really run with music anymore. I just kind of like the peace and quiet now. After my third kid, I just don't even run don't even use music. My last 3 marathons, I didn't even run with music, but I do recommend using music if you really are struggling with mindset. If you're really struggling during a run, or you like to make it a little more exciting, music definitely can help you get through it. It can even help pick up your pace of your run. So highly recommend some type of music to download. Like I said, all the things that I showed you examples of all the things that I use during my run. I have linked all of them in the description below if you are interested in purchasing anything to go with running. I do get a small commission from them if you do purchase them online, just so you know. But I did link them at the bottom. There's also some other items that'll probably pop up that you might be interested in more, but these are the things that I recommend. So have I convinced you to be a runner yet? Well, if you're a little unsure about if you can do it, you can do it, because almost anybody that's physically capable can be a runner. If you think, oh, I don't have the body shape to be a runner, don't even think that way. You see runners of all sorts of body shapes running. Anybody that's walking, running, you're a runner. It doesn't matter how slow you go. It doesn't matter if you're the fastest runner at the race. It's all about completing it and doing it for yourself, doing it for your health. You will most likely not be the slowest person at the race. There's always somebody that comes in last. If you're walking and jogging, you're not going to be the slowest person. Some people just totally walk the whole thing. So, yeah, you can do it. I have faith in you. You can become a runner. Running is life-changing. In the beginning, it is so hard to feel like you can keep going running. It can hurt. It doesn't feel the best when you're out of shape. But as your body adapts to it, and your body will adapt to it if you keep going, you will feel better. The runs will get easier. Do you have any other questions about running? If you do, comment below and I will answer them. I will even make a video about them if you want to. If you want me to make a video, I will make a video, answer your questions. Just leave me a comment. And until next time, we'll talk more about running.